Today we're looking at two different type of hood pins that we offer here at Stang-Aholics. So we've got this size push button hood pin, which is our 38 series low profile hood pin, and this pin is definitely a smaller pin, smaller in diameter. It's a 1 3/4 inch diameter pin. And we have our 50 series pins over here, which is going to be a 2.5 inch diameter pin. So you can see in looking at them together, there's definitely a size difference between these two. So why would you want to go with a push button hood pins like this? Well, for one, when you look at them to the side, they're definitely a sleek looking pin from the surface. So when they sit down on the hood, this is going to be the top surface of the hood. You can see it's just a very low profile dome on them. Also, another benefit of going with these pins over your traditional is that you don't have any lanyards or you don't have any slide locks that are going to go across on it, so it's a very clean look, nothing to scratch the surface of your paint. And then also it's just more convenient because you don't have to worry about anything dangling down from the car. It's just a simple press of this button and it will release the hood pin and then it'll just snap right into place. So I'll show you really quickly. You take the actual stud itself, so this is going to be mounted to a core support on the car, or some cars with longer hoods you might need a bracket to mount this to. And so then once this is mounted to the core supporter bracket, your hood then will come down and it basically will just snap right into place real easily. And so you can see then the button is then flush with the top of this dome. So that's when it's locked and snapped into place. It can also sit at a bit of an angle as well. So again, with your traditional hood pin, the actual stud itself has to be in perfect alignment with the top of that plate to go through it. Not the case with this. As you can see, it can be a bit of an angle and still be able to snap into place. So you can see it there. When it's not engaged, it's recessed. When it's engaged, it's back flush again. So real simple. As you can see, the 50 here, it's going to have this gasket that goes in between the surface of the paint on your hood and the bottom plate of this hood pin. And also the retaining ring here, which is what's going to help to hold it to the bottom side of the hood. It's a nice beefy piece, and it's got knurled sides on it, so it's easy when you're reaching underneath to tighten it. It's easy to be able to grip to it. And then also on these you'll see it's got some little set screws that you're going to basically tighten down in there, which will tighten this retaining ring down to the surface of the bottom surface of the hood, so keeping it securely in place. Other thing to talk about is that these are not cheaply made hood pin. So they're this particular one here has a black Cerakote finish on it, so it's a very durable, high quality finish. It's not going to scratch easily, it's not going to fade, it's not going to chip or peel very easily. So I mean, these things are ready to go, ready to install. You can also paint them to match the color of your car if you wish to do that. But everything that these are made out of, it's either aluminum or stainless steel, high quality stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about anything rusting or deteriorating real easily over time. All the hardware, the actual studs here are all high quality stainless steel. Same thing with any of the the washers and nuts are all going to be high quality stainless again, so you're not going to have to worry about them degrading or rusting over time. Moving over to the smaller 38 series pins. These again are the ones that are the 1 3/4 inch diameter across the top. So these are more going to be for your smaller hoods or even maybe deck lids or other panels. For most of our classic Mustangs, we really like the 50 series hood pin because it's beefier, you get more surface area. And also too, when you look on the underside, it has the aluminum retaining ring, but it does not have a gasket between that retaining ring and the hood. So I guess it would be pretty easy for you to be able to just get some gasket material and put in there if you would like, but it does not come standard with that. Also, as you can see on the retaining ring, it's same aluminum retaining ring, same quality, all stainless steel internals, and then, you know, nice bearings and knurled side on it, but there's no set screws for this. So you do not have set screws that you can, you know, tighten down to the underside of the hood surface. So that's another thing to point out on these 38s as opposed to the 50 series pin. You're gonna have studs. They're gonna be stainless steel, high quality studs, you know, with your nuts and washers, just like the other, and it can be mounted to core support or extended brackets on a hood. They're going to snap into place. Let's see, very similar to the 50s, whereas it's popped up like that when it's engaged, and then when you disengage it, it releases and stays recessed until it's engaged again. So that's the main difference between these. We get a lot of questions on this difference between the 38s, the 50s. There's definitely a price difference between the two. So the finishes that you see here are the black Cerakote finish, which is probably our most popular. We also offer them in a machined aluminum finish, and then we also offer them in a polished finish, which at the end of this video will show you a couple of examples of that. And then also a new thing too that we have available now is some guys who like the idea of being able to lock the hood pins. So we also have a version now that has a lock in it, so you have to use a key to turn to actually open the hood pin. So it's not just a simple push button. So those again are offered in the same finishes, the black, machined, and polished finish, but with that lockable component in the center of them. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to email us or reach out to us. You can always give us calls or email, and we'd be happy to help with any questions you have before you place your order. Thanks for watching.